Hey, what's up, y'all? This is the Mother's House Podcast, and I am Deshaun.
What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Peace to the planet. Peace to everyone. I hope everyone is having a blessed day. My name is Corey. What up with my cousin?
I'm great. What's up with you?
I'm chilling. But we also here with my younger brother, the father, Mr. Cortney LaCabe. What up, little brother?
The father. What the fuck?
What's going on? What's going on? That's a very prestigious title, but you know what I'm saying? I am a father finally, but you know.
I thought you was about to say like the father of hip hop or some shit.
Right.
Like, what the hell kind of introduction is this?
Right. The father of hip hop and politics. Let me go ahead and just clarify. This is the father of a daughter. I just had a little girl.
And congratulations.
Appreciate it.
That's what's up. I got two cousins on the line tonight.
Yes, sir.
That's so good.
Not just one. I got two cousins. So this is really a family affair. Like we said, this is Mother's House Podcast. We represent our grandmother, Ruby Mae Young. You know, this is all our grandmother. We call it the Mother's House because this way, usually it be us three. Me, Cortney, and Deshaun.
Right.
Just talking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we in the building. And tonight we're going to have a discussion about the Revolt Summit that passed through with Killer Mike. Who else was on the panel?
T.I., Candace Owen,
Tamika Mallory.
I
don't know the other two.
Them other two only had like two lines. You don't need to mention them.
Okay. And Cousin Jeff was the moderator.
Yeah, Cousin Jeff.
I was looking at it. I was like, that guy look familiar. Because Cousin Jeff used to have the locks. So
Cousin Jeff been cut them locks.
Yeah, he been cut him, but I just couldn't pick it. I was like, is that the actor? There's an actor that got that same little mole Cousin Jeff got.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about, Courtney? Yeah. The guy that played in
he don't either, but
Terminator. But anyway, we were going to have a discussion about the Revolt Summit, how we feel about it. Do we feel like it was an important conversation that need to be down upon, or is it missed the mark on the real conversation about the black agenda? So let's get right into it. I want to get first off y'all initial thoughts about the summit.
Courtney, you can go first.
Well, I love a lot of things that were supposed to have been said. The only person that actually made a real point was Killer Mike. You know what I'm saying? He only made 2 points for a whole hour of a show. You know what I'm saying? He only made 2 points. But the thing is, my only thing I had against it was literally people arguing back and forth and not getting a point across. And that's just not just the panel. That was also the audience. I felt like Candace Owen she deserved the right to say what she needed to say, and she was not given a chance to do so. So personally, I think she should have went home. She probably shouldn't even came out. I thought the whole panel was one-sided. When the host does not agree with your views, there's no point in even having this conversation anymore.
That's a good point.
The host needs. You know what I'm saying? The host of a show like that is supposed to be biased. You can have your ideas, that's fine and dandy, but they're not a part of the panel, which means that you need to sit back and steer the conversation into an actual conversation, not into a democratic wall building, I guess I should say. You know what I'm saying? Just pushing everything and everybody else out of it.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. So what you thought, Deshaun?
Well, I thought, when I initially saw the lineup for it, and I was reading the comments, I thought it was gonna be way worse. I did because you know how T.I. is, and we all love T.I., but T.I. can be a lot at times, and I saw the comments of people saying he was ignorant, and I saw people say it was a lot of arguing and a lot of cursing and stuff like that. So I actually thought it was gonna be way worse than what it actually was. But it really wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
It really wasn't that bad. As far as Candace Owens, I agree with a lot of what she said, to be honest. I mean, I felt like she was just stating facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, the facts are the facts. I felt like because we're still so stuck in this all Republicans are bad type of mindset as far as black people, they didn't really give her a chance to really express herself like they should have. I felt like the crowd should have just kind of been silent, like at a normal debate. I felt like Cousin Jeff was being a little biased. Yeah, he was. Like, just chill. Like, let her say what she got to say. It's almost like they were attacking her for a minute. It's like they was doing too much.
Nothing. Yeah, the whole back and forth between her and T.I. was like not necessary.
It was unnecessary. The cursing was unnecessary. Like, it just came off real ratchet for no reason. Like, why y'all cursing like that? It's a political subject.
I would say it made it entertaining.
But I felt like it wasn't supposed to be entertaining though.
It wasn't supposed to be. I think that the whole thing, overall summit was cool. Like, I agree with both of y'all points. I have issues with, my main issue is, so after this conversation, so what's the next conversation? You know what I'm saying? What do you build from this? I don't think you can build anything from it other than they put throughout, like somebody threw some great ideas. Outside of everybody else, nobody else threw out no great ideas. You know what I'm saying? And nobody built up on what Killer, because like right after Killer Mike made the statement about, you know, we arguing which master to choose. You know what I'm saying? The whole panel was done.
Right.
The whole discussion was done. You know, Candace Owens, I agree with some of her points. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that she takes for Trump like she does, but that's her prerogative. That's what you want to do. I think she's clout chasing to a certain degree, but at the same time, I think that she has a right to say what she get her point across. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta realize that this is a black forum. And granted, not every black forum is like that, you know, ratchet and people yelling and booing and stuff like. But it comes when you got celebrities involved. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean that made me feel like they were just doing it for entertainment. Well, maybe that's what they was doing. They was just trying to entertain. Yeah.
That's good. You gotta keep in mind a celebrity through the show. True. You know, Revolt TV is big. He put this panel together, and then on top of that, you know, Revolt TV is. We gotta keep in mind Revolt TV is owned by. We don't know who it's owned by. We think it's owned by Titty, but it could not be owned by Titty. So we don't know what the hell that situation is. But outside of that, I think that the overall conversation, I think it was a good conversation to have, but I think the conversation they had, it didn't hit the mark as it should, but it wasn't a bad conversation.
Right. That's how I feel too. It wasn't as bad as I initially. I was like, oh hell, here we go. But
people trying to tell us what to do.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Well, I personally feel that the conversation is, like Corey said, it was a great conversation to have, but it was not had.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
They did not have the conversation.
Exactly.
The only person that spoke against anything was Killer Mike. He went against everybody, telling them that, oh, all y'all about crazy. Y'all all sound like y'all trying to say whose master's better.
Right.
I made the best Kool-Aid. The dude kept on bringing up potato salad. I'm like,
that was getting on my nerves. That was really getting on my nerves.
That didn't bother me. That didn't bother me at all because he was just making a comparison of how comfortable he was. But that didn't bother me. I'm gonna tell you what bothered me the most about anybody's comment in this whole show. So at the end, they had three or four questions from the audience. And the whole show panel was about, you know what I'm saying, politics.
That damn music dude. That music dude got on my fucking nerves too.
Cortney, you probably hit it home. I was like, what the fuck? Like, they don't cut him out with that.
I was waiting on T.I. to cuss him out.
I was like, for real, that's what I was looking for. I mean, but I understand he's an entertainer and he's part of this platform, so it's not a good look for him to have said anything too far out of line. Now, mind you, I was looking for him to say at least, look, brother, this is not what we're here for.
Right.
We can try. You try to catch me after the show. We can talk about something like this, but that's not what we're here for. Do you have any questions about this? Because that tells me right there that you wasn't paying attention to anything that was going on this panel. You just wanted to get yourself out there.
Like, he really got in line and listened to that whole panel and got up to say what he said. Oh, shit, that was funny.
Hey, y'all remember that episode when they was at they were at some bar and dude like put me on. That basically what dude just did.
Right. I remember that.
Put me on.
But do y'all think it just does it make black culture look stupid and silly when you have somebody standing up and asking questions like that?
Yes, it does, and it also make him look crazy and silly. I'm not gonna say it make us look crazy or stupid, but it does go to the point of what people are saying about how we do not care
about politics,
our society, about our politics, about our community like that. We just out for ourselves. Now, that whole conversation is a whole different conversation. I've had that conversation with Corey and a few other people as well about how where we get this demeanor of out for myself and all that. But when you see somebody doing that basically proves people like Candace Owens and Alan, whatever his name is, they prove their point. Like, your people don't care about this, so why are y'all even here?
I see that point, but I think see the black people, we tend to we see one person doing something stupid and we tend to shame ourselves for that dumb idiot response. You dig what I'm saying? When white people see a white person do something, that one white person, they make it very individualistic. We too we get to the point where we're so collective. We share shame collectively. White people don't share shame collectively. You know what I'm saying? And but when we talk about progress, we separate ourselves from progress. You know what I'm saying? And that's the issue with black folks right there. When we
that's a very true statement.
You know, we don't when we see progress, we don't share it. And the reason why we see that, when we, like, for instance, we see Jay-Z, Beyonce making all these millions of dollars, everybody, like, you know, we champion them, we cheer for them, but does it really trickle down to the other community, to the community? Does it really uplift us and stuff like that, right?
I think we live vicariously through them.
We definitely do. You know what I'm saying? That's another problem. That's another problem. We need to get to the point. Oh, go ahead, Cortney.
No, go ahead. I'm going to let you finish. You got a point to that.
But I was just going to say that, you know, we got to get to the point where, cause I was listening to the Breakfast Club earlier today with Lorenz Tate. He had some really solid, y'all should check that out. Lorenz Tate was on the Breakfast Club. He says a lot of deep stuff when he was talking about Brownsville and Tulsa, Oklahoma, reparations and a whole bunch. He said a lot of interesting and dope stuff. But he made a real interesting point about how, you know, black people, and when it comes to our economics and finances, we make it individually. Our success is our individual success. You know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking collectively, building, like, not do exactly what the Latinos and everybody else does. You know, starts building, you know, amongst each other and lifting each other up. We tend to just look at the celebrities and be like, I want to be like that celebrity so I can live like that celebrity, instead of being like, my community should live like that celebrity. You dig what I'm saying?
I dig. I get you. You know what I'm saying? My thing to the counter of that is that we, the people, are actually, now, do we collectively share shame? Yes. That's not our fault, if that makes sense. You know, that is something that's already, that is something that's always been put on us. When we go out, when, like, even as kids, all these white folks are watching you, you got to be careful how you talk. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this. That's where that mentality comes from. We say we say things like, oh, that man making us all look bad. That kind of falls into that mentality from that. But as far as us collectively sharing our victories, our victories, that is something that we're starting to do, and we're doing a lot of it. And when I say that, you got to think, because we got a lot of phrases and catchphrases and things like that that's been blowing up in the past couple of years here. And not just to say they phrases, they also movements as well. Things like black excellence, black girls rock, things like that. When we see when Jay-Z made that, what was it, $1 billion mark? Was that it? How much he just made? He made it. Yeah. Anyway, so he made that mark, and the first thing people started saying, it wasn't like everybody was blasting on there like, oh, I just want to be Jay-Z. They were putting out there, now you can't tell me that there's not black excellence out here. See, T.I. had made that point. He said that on this panel. That there's certain things that we as a community have been through, that we still leave into that stigmata and not watching the changes and growing that we have been doing. We are becoming more woke. We are becoming more understanding. We are becoming more political. All those things. And for us to just diminish all that just because of everything that happened before, you know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. That's where it's not a good look. You can't say, oh man, I've been saying the same thing over and over again, even when things started really being televised so far as police brutality. I was talking to people about police brutality and everything, and every time I was talking to somebody of an opposite race that's not a part of this culture, the first thing they want to say is, well, black on black crime this and black on black crime that. Well, black on black crime, first of all, got to remember that the phrase black on black crime is not something that was brought into us from the government. That is not a phrase or a term that was brought to us by the government. That was an actual phrase and coined term from the black people. We coined that. We made up black, you know what I'm saying, black on black crime. That is not a phrase or a term that you can go look inside of a law book and say, okay, you'll get X amount of years for black on black crime. If that makes sense, what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, so we are growing, we are learning, we are doing things to better ourselves, and I refuse to sit here and let the thought of one guy messing up gonna make us all look bad for a community. I refuse to accept that, especially if the other cultures are not doing that as well. Yeah, when that guy did that, when I said earlier, when he pulled that, did he make us look bad? Did he make us look bad as a culture? In the eyes of some of that white person or Candace Owens or somebody of that nature? Yes, because you just proved her point. You got one guy who just came up here and did exactly what you just got done saying.
Mm-hmm.
So does it make it look whole and bad as a whole? Yeah, because that's what people looking at each other as. Well, all of them are bad. All these persons ain't shit. All these motherfuckers ain't doing right. All these people worried about is this. So yeah, it made us look bad in that instance, but that doesn't make us bad. No, not at all. Because we got so many people of our culture who stand so tall that one guy cannot bring us all down.
Good point, Cortney.
They can sit here and have that conversation all day long. Like, oh man, that guy there made the black community look terrible. But I guarantee you they will not put Trevor Noah in that conversation. You know what I'm saying? If you go up to talk to somebody who listens to talk to these people or watch their shows or have any conversation with these kind of folks, and they have that conversation, oh, he made these coaches look bad. You say, hey, what about Trevor Noah? Nah, he's not one of them. He's not one of them. He's not one of them. Nah, that's not cool. You can't just exclude certain motherfuckers from this shit. You just said all black people. That's not what you said.
Right. Okay.
That's what's up.
All right, so I'm trying to think of another thing that was on that show.
Well, I'll say something real quick. Well, I think one of the problems is, I think that's a problem with black people looking at the richer or wealthier or more successful or entertainers. I think sometimes we look at them too much. And I think a great example is the summit, because I don't think, if you're going to have a real political summit, why do you have these people who are just, like, why you got rappers on there? Why can't we just have real people who do politics all the time, who do economics all the time. Why? I think we look to our celebrities and we live through them way too much, to the point where it's starting to influence areas of our lives where they really shouldn't be, like financing, like politics. You know, I personally would rather get my politics from someone who does politics like all the time. I wouldn't, like, it's okay to have, you know, a panel of people to just have a conversation, but when you start to use these people to steer black people in particular, because, you know, politicians always go and get them a black person, a black celebrity to try to steer our interests in a certain direction. And I don't like that. I feel like they have taken the black celebrity and kind of use it against black people, in my opinion, to kind of influence black people.
I can see that point. I can see what you're saying. But to counter that point, in my personal opinion, the fact is, okay, so and what you're saying is you would rather to lead these kind of summits and be the ones that's on these panels talking for us, you rather be somebody who's actually a politician. Like, you would rather an alderman or...
Not a politician, just someone who does politics, who knows politics, like a political commentator, an economist, people who are skilled in those fields. So not necessarily like a debate. Like, of course you're going to have your presidential debates, but just people who can really, like political commentators, like, you know, like a bunch of YouTubers. You can have like Tavis Smiley, like different people who really know politics and talk politics and who do this, like, because it's a serious issue. And I feel like when you take a celebrity and put them in the ring, it makes it like it's a trendy issue more than a serious issue.
I can get that, but the thing is, see, that's where my counter comes from. So basically, I see it as more of the celebrities, like on this panel, for example. These are people who put themselves there. They didn't go and like, okay, you know, I'm going to do this. These are guys who actually took their time and still taking their time to put the research in before they get up here and make themselves sound like a fool. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to come out and say some alt-right or alt-facts or whatever. They actually putting their time in to actually come up with the things that they're seeing. They put the research in. And so when I say that, I understand, I appreciate people like T.I. I appreciate people like Big Killer Mike. And I appreciate like, what's his name? D.L. Hughley. It's so many celebrities there's quite a few celebrities who stood on this platform and actually done it. Now, if all celebrities were doing it, and that was our case, then I might be like, okay, so tell me what makes you think that this is a good idea. Okay, that's a lie. That doesn't make sense. That's not in our law books. See, the thing is, it's just like, I look at these people as, I look at people like T.I. and Killer Mike, D.L. Hughley, Trevor Noah, Jesse Williams. I see them, and I think in my mind, the first thing that pops in my head is one of my biggest heroes, Huey P. Newton. Huey P. Newton didn't go to school at all for law. But he damn sure knew every inch of that law book. He did those things just to put himself in the position for his party, so he could know what needs to be done and what his statute limitations were of what he could do. You see what I'm saying?
Right, and so, I totally get what you're saying. I really do. But I think the difference between Huey P. Newton devoted his life to that. So that's different too. I think T.I. and Killer Mike, like, I think they do good work. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying they're stupid. I'm not saying they're ignorant. I think those are smart brothers, but I don't think their life and their profession and their devotion is to politics. And when I say that, I don't think they're skilled in that area to be someone who's orchestrating that conversation, to me. I mean, I think they're good guys. I think they do good work, but I think they have good hearts. You know, I think they're coming from a good place. I just don't think they should be leading the charge. I think when a celebrity gets in their position, that's when you reach back and grab somebody else. Like, okay, yeah, I got this position. Yeah, I do good work, blah, blah, blah. But let me get you somebody who really know what the fuck they talking about. Like,
but that's kind of what Killer Mike did on the panel when he shouted out. You know, he shouted out his sources on people that he go to get information from.
Right.
You know, he shouted
that and also as well. You know what I'm saying? Okay, T.I., I cannot say this for. I cannot say 100% that he actually used our term, devoted his life to this. But this is one thing that people like Killer Mike and what's the guy name? David Banner has devoted themselves to. This is what they do. This is what they do. They actually stand up to their actually, like, if you look up what their career paths are, those two, it'll say that they are civil rights activists. This is what they do. And they just using this platform just to speak their piece so they can get some sales.
Well, no, I don't. I definitely don't think they're like.
I'm not saying that you are.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you are. I'm not saying that you are saying that. And I do understand what you're saying. T.I. could fall in that category of what you're talking about. Because is this something that T.I. like devoted his whole lifestyle to? No, because not one album sits there and talk about this whole situation. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about politics. Everything T.I. put out is either about some pushing some drugs, fucking bitches, so on and so on. So no, I cannot say T.I. is in this category that I would consider these as blasphemy.
Trap It Down was all about black liberation.
No.
Right.
But basically what I'm saying is like I could pull T.I. out of that little thing. I could pull him out the garden. He ain't in my little garden right now. But as far as my garden with Huey P, Fred Hammond, and people like that, I'm gonna say Killer Mike is up there. I'm gonna say that David Banner's up there. I can say those two because these two actually devoted themselves to this movement. Can I say the same thing about Jesse Owens? Because I didn't mention his name.
Jesse Williams.
Really.
I don't know. I just think it's saying a lot to. I don't know. I just think that's giving them a lot. To Huey P. Newton, that's a lot. But you know, you're entitled to your own opinion.
It is a big
comparison.
Yeah, it is.
A big title to live up to. Something to be able to live up to because these brothers died because for the movement. And I ain't saying like Killer Mike or T.I. or any celebrity wouldn't die for the movement. And I put that in quotation because sometimes I think some of them just don't know what the movement really is. But I think that when it comes to celebrities, and I agree with both of y'all points. But where I find a middle ground at is, you know, like within that panel, you got Tamika Mallory. She's actually an organizer. So they had people who works in politics and know politics. They just didn't give her much time to talk. Tamika Mallory is one person. Candace Owen, she knows politics. They didn't give her much time to talk. You know what I'm saying? Even though she's on the other side of the spectrum, and a lot of people may think her politics is off because she coattails a lot. But other than that, you know, when it comes down to celebrities, you know, being in charge and head of the movement, I don't think we in the age of the Aquarius, right? In the age of Aquarius, that means we coming out of Pisces. Pisces is about one person, one leadership, you know. And we falling out of that. There's no more such thing as one person as a leader. It's about the group. It's about the group collective and what the group is going to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think the thing is, you know, what Sean's saying with celebrity is like they still trying to push the savior mentality, the Jesus mentality. We need another Jesus to save black folks. You know what I'm saying? We need another Martin Luther King. We need another Malcolm X. And you got a lot of people who fighting for those positions to become the next Malcolm X, next Martin Luther King. But we got to get to the point where the people get the information, and that's why I like what Killer Mike was giving people information on where to find this stuff. You know, same thing with Candace Owen. If you want to follow up on her fact checks about what Trump said, which had nothing to, had nothing to do with black folks. Black folks don't give a damn what Trump said. They worrying about what's going on right now in their everyday life. I think that when we look at celebrities and they getting plotted up as leaders, they'll run to celebrities who don't have full knowledge of the information. When you got people who've been doing the research and the full knowledge for centuries, who's still living, like John Claude Anderson. What's another person, Deshaun? Give me another man name.
Yvette Carnell, Antonio Moore, the two that Killer Mike mentioned. You got Sammy Darity, the economist who devoted his whole life to studying economy and black people. He got a paper out about the racial wealth gap that's really good.
It's a lot of people that's out there that really, but they don't get they don't get the same platform because they're not celebrities. Now, granted, with that being said, if they was on that platform, we wouldn't have this discussion. It'd just be a YouTube discussion between Yvette Carnell's show where her followers will listen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It won't get to the masses. So I think celebrities and people like Yvette Carnell, John Claude Anderson, a whole bunch of different other people, Ta-Nehisi Coates,
Tommy Curry.
Tommy Curry, you know what I'm saying? Even they use like what Ta-Nehisi Coates did for the reparation movement. It kind of pushed it a little further. About 6 years ago, 8 years ago, right after his book came out, he started doing his little run about reparation. He wrote an article for the Atlantic, and he used Dana Glover, his celebrity, to get his name out there. You dig what I'm saying? I think celebrities have always played within the black politics. You got to look at what they did during the Civil Rights Movement, what some of the black celebrities did for the Black Panther Party. So I think they both need to be used to be, to get the information to the people. People gravitate to celebrity naturally because they're a celebrity. They see them all the time.
But I think it's a difference between us using them and them using them.
Exactly. That's what my point getting falling down to.
Right.
It getting to the point where politicians are going to celebrities for the solution of black folks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think politicians need to go to celebrities for a solution of black folks. You know what I'm saying? I can get but at the same time, I think this summit, like I said, we all agree that nothing really came out of it other than what Big Killer Mike said, and hopefully it's bearing in people's mind that we are arguing which master we're going to serve. You know what I'm saying? So, but we got to get to the point where okay, so what our agenda look like? Let's talk about that. What core values that we want to have instilled?
They never talked about that.
It's about our children. Huh? No, they never talked about that. But that's where we need to start having conversations more about values of what our core value. What is the black agenda? Like, that's the whole point of this panel was about the black agenda, and they didn't come up with a black agenda.
Right, and
so that's where it missed the mark.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true. I just feel like, I can put, the reason why I can say I can put David Banner and Killer Mike on this podium that I'm saying was Huey P. Newton. That's what I can see those two actually starting a party to actually go along with what the Black Panther View was. I can see them starting a point program to actually starting some shit. I can see them if I was to have a front porch and all the police are standing outside saying, hey, okay, if y'all don't step this shit up, I'm gonna start shooting. I can still see Killer Mike and David Banner still standing up there. Can I see T.I. and all them standing up there as well? I don't know. But I damn sure can see Killer Mike and David Banner standing up there. They've always spoken their thing. Like, all those guys, everybody that you all spoke on, is, brought their names up. They do have a lot of body of work saying things to our benefit and everything. But how much of them are so vocal that they can even be considered activists like Killer Mike has been doing? He wrote his book, he wrote his music, he done his things, and he's been so vocal about what he thought, what he feels, and what he understands. But he stands on front of them and still defended to this day. No matter how outlandish it might be. He still stands up there. Now, mind you, do I agree with everything that motherfucker say? No, not at all. But at the same time, I can put him up there on that monocle in my personal opinion. Now, as far as the revolt views that we had this past weekend, it was a great idea. Like Corey said, it was put together by Diddy, who's an entertainer, a great entertainer, one of the greatest entertainers. So it was a show. It was a show. That's all it was, a show. I don't think it should have been, the audience should have had nothing to say about nothing. They should have been quiet, which it was not possible to do. So it should have been a closed commentary conversation. They should have had this shit online in the office, talking this, having a discussion, where they could have people who watching it live on YouTube, put their little 2 cents in. If you want to ask questions or whatever, they could put it online. They could have had a whole Bill Maher situation.
It was more so almost like a talk show or something. Like some type
Yeah. It was like a BET talk show.
Yeah, so I just kind of look at it as like, it was what it was.
It was what it was.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Yeah.
But Joe, what did you agree with? I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Cordy.
I was going to ask Deshaun, what did you agree with what Candace Owens was saying?
I agree what she was saying about the illegal stuff. I agree what she was saying about the black feminist stuff. I agree what she was saying about having black men in the home stuff. That's all I can think of right now.
Okay. Well, see, my thing is, me and Cora were just having this conversation before we jumped on this. People, not even black people, not just white people, just people, period, have a bad thing of doing, blaming, finding the front person to blame on the situation. I'm gonna start for this conversation. I'm gonna start with the black parents in the home, the father in the home, and all that. Okay, yes, it is an issue that for you to have these benefits, you have to have. No, you cannot have the father in the home. You got to be a single mother in your own home or whatever. I don't think you can't blame black people for that. That's not something that you can blame us for.
But I don't think she's blaming black people.
Okay.
I think she was saying that she wasn't blaming black people for all those things. I think she was talking about how it affects black people. I don't think she was blaming black people.
It does. It does affect black people. It really does. But that's something that needs to be fixed inside the system. Not between.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's something that needs to be fixed there. Now, I don't think pushing the immigrants out is going to fix that. No, that's not something that's going to fix that. We should abolish that whole program. No, that's going to leave thousands and thousands of mothers and kids just out to dry. I'm sorry I say that, but it is. Period. What I think is if you work on that system to say, I don't know, why is this father not in the home? That should be a questionnaire on. That should be a question on this paperwork that before you write it down. When you get a next questionnaire, you start writing down shit. Why is this father not in the home? And if you say anything outside of he passed, he's ill, something of that nature. If you say anything outside of that, it should be investigated. Okay, well, right. Like if they came to Kayla and said, okay, we're gonna give you this program, Kayla, but why is Cortney not there? If she don't say that I passed and I'm still living, they need to come interview me. Okay, so what's going on? What you got going on? What's the deal? What's the deal? And that should be interviews. There should be more steps to this shit.
Right. I think what she was talking to was how you can only get welfare if a father's not in the home. So it causes black families to to break up because the father's not in the home. But I feel like I said, I don't think
that situation though.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's all bad. Like I don't know Candace Owens like that, to be completely honest, but I felt like when she was on the panel, she was saying some stuff that it was just facts, like it was right. And I think she was just kind of saying facts. She wasn't even really giving a whole lot of opinion. There were some points I was like, okay, here you go with that Trump shit. But when she was just saying facts, like, why y'all booing? It's just facts. Like,
yeah, when they started booing her about the facts, it was kind of dumb.
It was a couple things that she said. There was one or two things that I didn't agree with. And I had to look up that is not a fact. Number one is that she was saying that the immigrants are coming into our neighborhoods. No, they're not. They're not taking our jobs. We got our jobs. We're straight. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there actually are. It's data that proves that immigrants do take jobs from black people. Now that's a fact. It's real life data.
It's not that they take a job from black people, because you got to remember too. Before they were coming, it was us that taking jobs from them. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact of somebody having the experience to actually pull the goddamn job is a problem to them. Well, this guy's doing the job for this person, whatever. He got the experience to do it, and I can't do it too. But at the same time, I'm gonna charge this man less. But the problem is, it's not the people that's coming in. It's not the immigrants. It's really the job owners who's doing that shit. But that's what I was saying to Corey earlier. If you want to have a job, like say if you own a business making fucking wood planks, goddammit, that's your whole job. You making wood planks. Y'all paying the usual pay is $30,000 an hour. and you go find somebody from Mexico named Javier. You went and grab Javier. Javier said, hey, I'll do this shit for $20,000 a year. Right? The company need to be, if they say, yeah, okay, we're going to give it to you for $20,000 a year. The rest of that money that's supposed to be equal to the 30, they need to take that $10,000 and put that shit to the debt. They be forced to put that shit into tax. But every person that you underball like that, they should put it to tax.
Well, I mean, an easier way to control stuff like that is to have a control or better regulation over immigration altogether. I don't think we ever took jobs from immigrants as far as like taking their jobs. And when I say immigrants are taking our jobs, I'm not saying like they're like literally taking them out our hands. It's like they're preferred for a lot of different reasons. Far as them being cheaper. Far as them being cheaper, far as them being less docile, like it's a lot of reasons why people will prefer to hire an immigrant instead of African American.
And that's understandable and that's understandable what you're saying. But my thing is, that's not the only front that we need to be standing on. The fact that these people are actually underballing and paying a Hispanic person less money for the same job that I did. Right? They should be getting paid the same amount as I was, if that's the case.
But when it comes to regulation, they'll stop all that. Just like in Georgia. I can give you a great example. At one of the restaurants I used to work at, our whole kitchen used to be nothing but Latinos. Georgia passed a law that required some type of papers you had to have to hire, some type of document papers to prove your citizenship or something. That kitchen changed overnight to all black people. So that's like a law like that helped black people get jobs. Like it was some regulation that kind of caused black people to have jobs. So I think when it comes to telling businesses what to do, the only entity that can regulate a business correctly is the government. Like nobody else can do nothing. You're gonna have to have some type of policy that comes from the top to strike down and hurt them directly.
And that's what I'm saying. My idea, my policy that I'm thinking about of actually having to have them pay this extra money towards taxes or something else that you're not paying this person. That kind of order has to come down from the government. Now they already got their hands in it enough to tell you, okay, you got to go home. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They already got their hands in it enough to say that kind of shit. So why can't you have enough in your hands to say, well, shit, if you gonna pay him this much, then I want the rest of that. You're gonna put that shit to businesses here.
Well, this is another thing. There's another caveat that we got to put in mind, that we need to create more jobs and opportunities for black folks to get involved with it. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get the education system. And that's why, I agree with, the black ownership, black ownership, we build up Black Wall Street. I'm down for all that. But first thing first, we got to work on not only just capital, I never can say that word, capital. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Not only just capital, but also we have to work on the Constitution and how the Constitution excludes us from a lot of opportunities because of the 3/5 rule, because of so many different things within the Constitution, even down to the way we railroaded back into slavery through the prison system. You know what I'm saying? That's how America continued to get free labor out of black folks, out of black people. You know what I'm saying? And the thing we have to start fighting also on, because the thing is we shouldn't just focus on just one fight. I don't think we should just be monolithic and just single immigrants and just focus on them. Like, no.
Well, I definitely wasn't saying we all need to kill immigrants or some shit like that. Like, I was just saying the fact.
No. I know. We know. Yeah, we know you ain't talking. You ain't on that train. You ain't on the Trump train. But the same thing. The thing is even with the reparations fight that we're having right now, we got to deal with the fact that within the Constitution, we're still considered 3/5 of a human being in the Constitution. So when they get ready to write that check, they're not going to try to. They're really going to. They either doing it out of the kindness of their heart, or the change of their heart, or until they change that damn constitution and that law within the constitution that black people are no longer 3/5 of a human being, they are full human being. As of right now, African descendant of slaves are still 3/5 of a human being within the constitution of the United States. We have to start fighting those kind of things, so we not only just appeal to just the United States for reparation, not just our Congress for reparations, but we can start appealing the globe for reparations. We can start appealing to the United Nations for reparations, because they won't even hear from us if they got a paper document that says we're 3/5 of a human being, even though that's a bogus some type of bullshit, but they can get away with that kind of loophole. You know what I'm saying? So we got to start, focus on so many different avenues for our fight, for our plight, and also towards the black agenda. But while we doing that, we still got to protect each other. We still got to have more unity with each other. We still need to create more jobs and opportunities with each other and stop, be like, I ain't going to that black barbershop, or I ain't going to that black barbecue spot, or I ain't going to that black hair product store, you know what I'm saying? Instead of not patron ourselves and go to somebody else because we think their price is colder. We think Nike got better shoes. You know what I'm saying? We got to start really building up that unity again, building up that community back up again. And the only way we can do that is having conversations like what me and you and Deshaun having right now. You know what I'm saying? With me and on top of those conversations, build upon those conversations and build ideas from those conversations. So what you think black people missing out, that we can help, that we can provide? You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why we do the podcast, so we can have those kind of conversations. But man, I hate to say this, I hate to be the devil advocate, but you know what I'm saying? As far as reparations go, I'm sorry to say this, but who's going to be the one to decide who gets what? What's the deciding factor of saying who gets what as far as reparations? Because you got to remember, majority, matter of fact, hey, Corey, me and Corey, Deshaun too, we now one of us 100% black. That's a clear indicator that you deserve reparations. That's indication. That's an indicator. That's what it is. That's the decide that you're black. But you should. That's a definite indicator because you have ancestry that's not only just African. You have ancestry within Native American. You have ancestry within. As long as you can prove that your ancestors come from slavery, which is easy for us, we can easily prove that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is an easy indicator. And plus, if you got mixed blood with it, if your ancestry got white in you, that doesn't nullify that you can't get reparations, because that doesn't make you not black. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if that's the case, then that bring me round back to it. See, that conversation, when you aim small, you miss small. When you have something that small, and you aiming at solely one person, or solely one society, or solely one culture, there's too many motherfucking loopholes for these motherfuckers to get away with. So when you say that if you have wait a second. So you say that you have a slavery ancestry in your bloodline. Okay, fine and dandy. What if you go through somebody's bloodline, say like we go through fucking, I'm not gonna say biggest, let's say, I'm trying to think of anybody that was in that damn Bill O'Reilly. Let's say Bill O'Reilly. Let's say Bill O'Reilly, you go through his ancestry, you find out there was a slave in his damn bloodline. So he get reparations as well?
Well,
no, because he clearly never. Why not?
But I can.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well,
answer that.
I mean,
yeah.
So the people who are at the forefront of this reparations, who they're smarter than this. They're not going to fall for these loopholes. Another thing is you have to remember reparations isn't just about slavery. It's about all the stuff that happened afterwards as well. And the people who are going to trace themselves back to slavery, like us, we're going to be tracing a bunch of black people. Bill O'Reilly might have, for instance, Bill O'Reilly may have, any white person may have a black person within their bloodline, but you're going to also be able to trace back their privilege too. You got some privilege they can trace back? Most black people ain't got no privilege they can trace back. So they're gonna go. They're looking at redlining, everything that happened, all the Jim Crow, slavery by another name, all that stuff, convict leasing, all that stuff.
Project leasing.
So wait a second. So both of y'all can both sit here and say for a fact that your whole bloodline that you know, well, not even that you know, but your whole bloodline, there has not been one instance of any kind of privilege that came to y'all.
I mean, that, I don't understand how that's even relevant to the conversation.
See, the thing is, okay, basically what I'm doing, I agree with y'all, we do deserve reparations. I'm not trying to speak against that. I do deserve reparations. What I'm doing is just like, Cole, what's that you coming up here for?
The lawsuit.
The deposition. What they do is they sit there and they'll ask you the question, and then they'll battle back with what they can go back at you with, what the defendant or the plaintiff or whoever can come back at you with. You see what I'm saying? So everything that y'all are saying, it sounds like a great idea, but at the same time, there's so many fucking loopholes that they can just go back over. Why doesn't he deserve this?
But that goes back to what I originally said about celebrities. That's why we have our brightest who are skilled in these areas fighting for us for reparations. Not me and Corey. You know what I mean, they damn sure ain't gonna have me on no on no panel talking about reparations for the whole race. You can have people who know law, people who know history.
And I would have a seat on that panel trying to explain.
And that's the thing though. But in your mind right now that you know of, because I know for a fact that every single one of us done at least a little bit of research before we started talking about anything.
And that's my thing. I don't want people who just did a little bit of research. I want people who really dedicate their life to this, not just a little bit of research. I want people who really research.
Even at the same time, though, you cannot sit here and use that as the only avenue of this reparation. You cannot just say, okay, if you got slavery in your bloodline, then you deserve reparations. Okay, then honestly, you want to be honest with that kind of situation, then what's his name? J. Edgar Hoover deserves fucking reparations.
J. Edgar Hoover. But first of all, black people, obviously black people.
J. Edgar Hoover was like,
Cordy, this is the thing.
That's not the thing. See, that's my thing. See, y'all getting upset by the things I'm saying.
Oh no, I'm not getting upset at all.
I'm not upset.
I'm not getting upset.
I'm totally fine.
We're going back and forth. We're going back and forth about what I'm saying. But the fact of the matter is that there's always a fucking loophole. Our job is to find a way to keep those loopholes closed.
That's not our job, though. That's the people who are the lawyers and the people who are going to fight on the front. That's their job. See, they're not going to come to me and put me on the panel, like I just said, and ask me about reparations.
That's true.
They're not going. I'm not going to be the deciding factor for the race.
Let me also say
that's understandable, but at the same time, what exactly is this podcast supposed to be? This is us putting our ideas of what we think is supposed to be doing, right? Or what we think is right and what we think is wrong, right? So that actually comes to our job. It's not about being like we're actually going to make this shit happen. It's actually to put in the minds of people what the fuck everything we should be looking at. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I
hear discuss this podcast, like a podcast or anything else, is supposed to put out the ideas of what y'all need to be, what people are supposed to be looking at and what y'all see what views are. And so somebody can stop and listen and say, hey, you know what, that guy's right, or this guy's right, or this guy's right. So people can understand and do that. Now, mind you, am I saying that I'm absolutely right? No, I'm not. But at the same time, this is not just y'all that say that. Like, every time you had this conversation, every time I started having this conversation, they say the same thing. That they should trace back your bloodline and see if you have a state.
This is playing, Cordy.
And if that's the thing, no. Now, listen, stop. If that's the thing, if you trace back bloodlines and go from there to actually get these people their reparations, these who deserve it, then people like J. Edgar Hoover deserve the damn reparations because his mother was black. His mother was a slave. You see what I'm saying? His mother was a slave.
Okay. All right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's the thing. So my thing is, I'm not trying to say that y'all are wrong. I'm not trying to debate with y'all about what's wrong and what's right. My thing is, I'm pointing out the facts of what little loopholes these motherfuckers gonna try to come up with to get around that.
So Cortney.
Cortney. Let me get my point in real quick. before y'all.
And I'm gonna have one more point after you, and then I think we can end because we almost had an hour.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because we don't do 2 hours. No, we actually do 30 minutes. But anyway, my point. Okay, when it comes to reparations, it's not that complicated. If we look at what they did for Asian Americans, Holocaust victims, Native Americans, a lot of people get reparations within this country, from this country. Black people been owed reparations. So trying to figure that out, it can definitely be done. No, but it's not complicated as we can make it out to be. It's not that complicated. 2, but when it comes to identifying who's black, who's white, who this, I hear exactly what your point is. You're trying to see how can we get away from being the $5 Indian. You know what the $5 Indians are, right, Cortney?
Oh yeah, yes, exactly. I do, but you might want to that's for the other listeners.
Yeah. Basically, the $5 Indians, white people who claim to be Indians, and they got Native American bloodlines, get the reparations from Native Americans and take those land grants and build legacies off of, which white people does all the time. They're not saying they won't do it with black people, but we got a lot of people who've been doing the research. That's what we're trying to explain to you as well, Courtney. There's a lot of people who've been doing the research. When it comes to reparations, it's about the history. It's about the history, knowing your history, knowing your legacy, knowing where your family comes from. That's why you should talk to your grandmothers and aunties and great uncles to know what really happened down your family tree. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, and if you can't do that, then it's really not that it's not as complicated as black people like to make it to be. A lot of people it's not that complicated, but at the same time, even in our conversation right now, we made it more complicated because of everything that I said. But the simplest answer was, you know what I'm saying? I want to see if you all got the same mindset as me as far as this goes. If that's the case, say it's like, for example, J. Edgar Hoover is one of the people that would deserve reparations, right? Mm-hmm. Why not have a byline that says that you could not have done such things or whatever to hold back a certain culture? Like, for example, what is it called? That little program that they had that brought down the Black Panther. COINTELPRO. If you had something to do with that, then that excludes you from this motherfucking thing. No one is saying things of that nature. What excludes this? What excludes these people from getting what we deserve? What excludes them from what we deserve? What makes us get what we deserve? That's what I'm looking for. You feel what I'm saying? Now, mind you, I'm not saying that you guys would have that answer, but at the same time, since y'all blessed me to be on y'all show, I would like people to think about shit like that. We do all want these things. We all want these things, but we're not thinking about how these motherfuckers are going to come back. Because, see, the thing is, it's not that complicated, but it is that complicated because you got motherfuckers who've been fighting this shit for years. For fucking centuries to get all goddamn reparations. At the same time, you got the same motherfuckers standing in your face telling you, hell no, you can't have it. So that makes it complicated. And that's when I started off with the whole Constitution. That's what I was basically saying. Like, they got loopholes. We got to fight those loopholes before we get to the reparations stuff. But we have the conversation now, and when it comes to our elected officials, the ones that don't even want to talk about it, why do we need to talk to you? Because you're not even really discuss it. When you clearly know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're not in these go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Deshaun.
Well, I think now is a great time to end.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we gotta get the last point out.
I don't want to go in circles. All I'm gonna say is it's not that hard. But just because it's not that hard doesn't mean it's not gonna be a fight. For us, it's not that hard to figure out who deserves what and who doesn't deserve what. That's real easy. That's simple. Doesn't mean I want to give it to you. Now, you're going to have to fight for it, but when you say it's not that hard, it's like you're saying we don't know the answer to something. We know the answer. They don't mean they're going to give us the prize, but we know the answer. And they know the answer. We all know. Everybody know.
Who are we?
Everybody in this country, black and white people know. But you know what? Now it's time to say goodbye to all my podcast friends. But thank y'all so much for listening. Thank y'all so much.
You got any life things you want to say, Courtney, before we close out? Anything you want to say to the family?
I want to say thank y'all for all listening. To everyone who did listen, I want to say please pay attention and do your research on everything and every avenue that these people will use against you. Not only just the avenues that you can use to get there, just also the avenues they will use against you to keep you from getting your goals.
There you go.
Amen.
And with that being said, everyone, y'all can hit that like button. We put a full hour in this thing, man, for you guys, right? Now, you know we could have made it 2, goddammit. Man, we could have, but, you know, but with that being said, thank y'all for listening. Y'all be blessed, and we'll catch y'all on the next time. Peace.
Peace.
I will not raise my daughter differently than my mother raised me. The rearing I got from my mother, words cannot express. I could live in any time, I could live in any country, I could live on any planet, and I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And the one that there are 2 that stand out foremost in my mind. One is the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school, was very young. And the other is the universe bears no ill to me, I bear no ill to